Hey guys, how you doing? Joshua here, as you well know, and I am checking in once again from Topeka, Kansas, and I was seeing if this had the Ramada written on it. It doesn't. I think it just says, take a break. So I am taking a break from doing all this work that they have me. Got my laptop set up over there, but I wanted to check in with you guys to see how you were doing, because I miss you guys. I've been gone for a month now, and this is my second to last week. So I'll be gone tonight and then next Wednesday as well. But then I come back and see, I miss Colorado because I'm repping the Colorado shirt out here in Kansas. And they can't understand it because they're like Chiefs fans and they got all this stuff backwards out here. So anyway, be praying for the people of Kansas, please. I like to check in with Tom Apple after you guys get done there on Wednesdays to see how you guys are doing, and I got to see some of you guys on Sunday whenever I was back in town for the weekend, so I'm just so thrilled to hear that you guys are doing well despite my absence. And like I said, it's not about me being there, it's about you guys being there, because this is your all's life and your lives are important. And I think that the problem that most people have with middle schoolers is they just can't relate to middle schoolers because they don't want to. And so oftentimes they get this feeling like, oh, middle school, I can't stand that age. And I just shrug it off thinking, why are you, because I try and remember what it was like for me whenever I was in middle school. And one of the things that I recall was like going out to the movies or out to what's at the Arapahoe Crossings there, like a Kohl's, or there was a bookstore there called Borders, going out after the movie, right? And then you walk in and you're a teenager, your all's age, and then people just look at you. They just give you that look, and people just, I feel like, automatically dismiss kids and you guys that are your age. Why? It's just some sort of stereotype or preconceived notion that you guys are up to no good, and before giving you any sort of credit, they automatically think, oh, here's some young unruly individual, young man, young woman, and they're here to just wreck shop. And I don't think that that's true. I think that they don't give you guys enough credit. So what I think we ought to shift that in our focus with our group is that I think you guys have so much more to offer than the world says that you do. I think you guys are at this critical point in your lives where you're transitioning from being a little kid in elementary school, and then you're in this transitional phase and you're moving up here to high school, and then after that is adulthood. And I think this is such a critical part in your all's lives. And like I said, I remember being there and being judged, and I didn't like that feeling, because I thought, why are you going to judge me if you don't even know me? You've never even met me, and here you are thinking I'm just this awful human being. That just doesn't add up. And my life wasn't always the easiest in middle school, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate to just kind of some muck that comes up, and just tough stuff. If your parents get divorced, or if you lose a relative, or if somebody's stuck in the hospital with an illness, or if school and all this stress is adding on to everything. I mean, you guys, your lives are happening now all of a sudden, and you have to start stepping up and taking maturity and accountability for it. And I just wanted to encourage you guys and say that I'm here for you, even though I'm in Kansas. But Tom's here, and Becca's here, and Bryce is here. I know they're back there somewhere. And I just encourage you guys to reach out to us as resources to talk these things through, because life is challenging even for you guys. And I want to hear you. I don't want to just dismiss you. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So I really look forward to coming back there in 2 weeks and checking in with you guys again. And if you get a chance, I'll see you on Sunday, because I will be home for the weekend, fortunately. And I want to encourage you with this scripture as well, because this is one of the biggest reasons why I have hope in God being our Father, and I believe that that's true. I want to read in here from Romans chapter 8, in verse 16. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, joint heirs with Christ, if indeed we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. So this is talking about that we suffer with Christ. I think Christ walked around on this earth. Jesus did, and he was judged before people even knew him. People would automatically come to conclusions, like they would with some of you guys, and with me especially. You know, I'm just walking around and people were forming these conclusions. So you have that kind of suffering, like, man, why doesn't anybody care to get to know who I actually am? Instead, they just want to slap a label on me and say, oh, you're just that, and oh, yeah. But I'm like, no, I'm not. But if indeed we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of God, the children of God. And I love this picture of this glory which shall be revealed in us. You know, the sufferings. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And I just think of what glory looks like. I want you guys to take a moment and just close your eyes and picture a glorious image. What looks just magnificent, or just makes you go, wow, or is just glorious? Take a moment and picture that. I see a sunrise coming up over the horizon, and there are clouds above it in the sky, and the clouds are glowing this pink, kind of red, and the sun is waking up everything and everybody in this town, and it's bringing in a new day full of warmth, full of light, just full of life. And I picture that sunrise as this glorious moment. And then I get to reading this passage again, that we may also be glorified together. Our suffering right now, the pain that we go through, is nothing in comparison to the glory which shall be revealed in us being the children of God. I hold on to that with such hope, that will be true, that sunrise and that glory, that I'll get to be a part of that someday, and that you guys will as well, because God is our Father. And in Romans 8 it goes on further to talk about the hope. It says, for we were saved in this hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For why does one still hope for what he sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance. It's kind of like if you hope to win the championship game in football, let's say the Super Bowl, you have this hope in winning the Super Bowl. You can't quite see yourself holding up that trophy until you actually do. And at which point it's no longer hope, because it's something that you already have. You already have that trophy in your hand. So now you're no longer hopeful for it. It's something that you have. So hope is in something that you can't see. And I hope for this glory to be revealed in me and in you guys in heaven whenever we make it there and we see our Father who's God, and we say, God, you're our Father, you're our Dad, and I'm your son, or I'm your daughter. And I was hoping that you were going to be real, and I had so much faith that you would get me through everything. And you did, and we stuck it out together, and I just get to rejoice with you in heaven forever because of that. That's why I do this. That's why I get out of bed. That's why I teach you guys. That's why I learn from you guys. That's why I make these videos for you guys, is to have more of a taste of what that glory, what heaven looks like here in this earth. That's why I do these things.